Hello, thanks for tuning in. This is Stuart, a classical record collector. I posted a video a few days ago about my trip to an Oxfam charity store. I don't usually buy much from there, if anything at all, but I actually had my best trip to that charity shop ever. Well, I say ever, I've only been in there a few times, but I was quite pleased with what I picked up, so let's just go through them. As promised, here's the video showing what I bought in the Oxfam charity shop a few days ago from one visit. So we've got, let's just try and get this. We've got Margaret Price here singing on Orfeo Schumann Lieder. I don't usually listen to Lieder, but this one was in such nice condition and it was a reasonable price, so I bought that. It's also got a nice added touch that on the inner sleeve it's got all the lyrics to the Lieder. This is also a DMM, direct metal mastering, so I'm expecting it to sound very good. Digital recording. So yeah, 1982 it says here, Teldec. Okay, so I'm pleased with that one. We've got Mozart here, Violin Concerto K219, number 5, Eine kleine Nachtmusik, and the great Adagio and Fugue K546, and it's Roberto Michelucci on violin. So I found this interesting mainly because of the violin concerto with Michelucci as a soloist. That's why I bought it really, but of course it's always nice to hear K546, the great Adagio and Fugue. So there's the record. It's yeah, it's just a red label, made in England pressing, so that was a good one. To be honest with you, this and the Margaret Price, they've got a 3 for £1 section, and I went through and I think I bought 9 records from there. So I looked at them very carefully. The condition seemed to be okay. I'm not sure why they ended up there, but I'm not complaining. There's another one that was 3 for £1. Mozart Flute Quartets, the Melos Ensemble, and it's on Enigma record label. It's a division of WEA Records, and there's a little sort of sticker on the back here which says Super Cut. If you can see that, Super Cut. I'm not really too sure whether it means that this is going to be particularly good pressing, good mastering, and good, I expect it will be cut to a high standard. It's made in Germany, it's a German pressing. There it is. So I haven't had a listen to it yet, so I might let you know how that sounded if it's super cut. It's not a DMM, is it? So I think it's probably made a bit before DMM started coming out. What's the date on it? 1978. So yeah, probably. Yeah, the great Mozart Flute Quartets, the first one in particular. If you go and have a listen to K285, go to YouTube and have a listen to the Mozart Flute Quartet. The first movement and the whole quartet is magnificent, really beautiful. More Mozart again. This time we've got the Vela Quartet. Now this is actually taken from an SXL 6000, I know because I've had it a few times. If my memory serves me correctly, that SXL 6000 has got a pink jacket, in fact. Yeah, this is on Ace of Diamonds. I'm expecting that this will sound very good. The Vela Quartet. This was another 3 for £1. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you remember from the video that I made, if any of you watched that video, I was sort of complaining about some of the prices in the main section, and I took some criticism for some of the records I left behind. I left behind a DMM Albenberg Quartet playing Schubert. I took some criticism for that. Yeah, £4 in retrospect. I probably should have bought it. I've seen it on eBay selling for between sort of £10 and £15. So yeah, look, if it's there next time I go in, which it might well be, I'll buy it. The other one I regret not buying is Bruckner Symphony No. 3 digital recording, DG Herbert von Karajan. £5. I regret not buying that. I should have bought that. I've seen that on eBay for between sort of, again, £10–15, so I think I should really have bought those. I know somebody who lives nearby actually. I could always send him in to buy them for me, I suppose, but I checked the Bruckner, I've not checked the Schubert, so I'd have to take a chance on the Schubert. That's the thing about me, I don't trust anybody checking the condition but me. So anyway, here's another one, 3 for £1, Haydn Symphonies, Raymond Leppard. This one, you know, Haydn wrote so many symphonies, it's just amazing. It's like a never-ending road of discovery. Number 39, number 22, The Philosopher, and number 47, the Palindrome. I don't know what that means. Palindrome. Yeah, okay, maybe somebody will enlighten me. I could probably find out from the back of this. But lovely picture there on the front. Contemporary sort of to the symphony, the sort of times, the sort of 18th century Vienna. So yeah, there we are. What else have we got? Yeah, another one from the batch of 9 that I bought at 3 for £1. Martineau and Dundee on Conifer. Conifer, I think they're an 80s label. I sort of put them in the same group as Hyperion and what other labels are there similar to that? You know, sort of not, maybe Chandos, ASV perhaps. This is a DMM, if the sleeve is anything to go by. Nice label actually, I like that net label. Green and white, nice logo there, very nice. So, what can I say? 3 for £1, and this one has got Peter Maag conducting, famous from a lot of the SXLs he made, particularly Mozart SXLs, Mendelssohn Midsummer Night's Dream, and here he is conducting Martineau and Dundee. So there we are. There's the back, and there's a picture of Peter Maag on the back, the great man himself. Let's keep going. Another one that's no, sorry, this isn't 3 for £1. This one was £1, a whole pound. Now £1. I was convinced this was in the main section, not the bargain bucket, and I was convinced Haydn Orlando Quartet, 2 of the great quartets, Opus 76. I was convinced that this one would have a fault on it. I still think it probably will. I checked it very thoroughly. I could not see any faults. There's usually a reason why they underprice records in that shop, so I'll let you know. But there was another one that I thought was, which I haven't got it. I should have kept it. It's a digital. It's Haydn and three Haydn symphonies on Decca, and that was £1. I thought that would be faulty, but I played it both sides and it wasn't. So here's another one. Actually, this one was not picked up from the Oxfam. I picked this one up from a nearby shop the other day. But this is a reissue of a great SXL, Defire, the 3-cornered hat. So that should sound marvellous, as virtually all the Ace of Diamonds do. Brahms, Symphony No. 3, £4, Istvan Kertész. It's a UK pressing, narrowband. Can't complain at all about that. I think that's a good price. You know, it's worth more than that, and it's just nice to have it, really. Okay, I paid £5 for this. Stravinsky, Colin Davis conducting, Symphony in 3 movements and Symphony in C. It's fairly unusual. I've not often seen it, and I think £5 is a good price for that. I checked it, it's in excellent condition. It's a Dutch pressing, it's digital. So, you know, if you see Stravinsky on Philips, particularly the 80s, they're worth having. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see it that often, this record. I've seen it now and again. Somebody's written on the back of it, I don't know if you can see where somebody's written just below that barcode, sorry, wrong side, just there. Somebody's written a name there, and that name is Alistair Whitelaw. Okay, I'm presuming that Mr. Alistair Whitelaw, if you're out there, this was your record, you took it to Oxfam, or maybe you died and your wife took it to Oxfam, and now I've got it. So I can assure you it's in good hands, and it's going to stay in good hands. This is one of the reasons why I feel a responsibility, because this is musical heritage, musical history, history of recorded music and musical history as well. I feel sort of responsibility when I see good records around in charity shops, even if I've already got a copy, maybe even if I'm not going to listen to that music, I feel like I've got to buy it if the price is okay, get it here, you know, protect it, and maybe find another home for it one day. If I'm not going to listen to it, somebody who's going to appreciate it, and then maybe it will be passed down, and maybe in 300 years these records will still be around, and somebody will find this video and say, hey, look, there's the guy that helped to preserve this fabulous piece of sort of technological and musical culture. Okay, this in fact was from the £3 bin. Can't believe it. Goldberg playing a couple of Mozart violin concertos. It's not really worth much. Even in absolutely superb condition, I wouldn't rate this record at more than about £15, but the jacket is absolutely superb. It looks like the day it came out of the shop in the mid-50s. Parlophone, Odeon, mono, two of the great Mozart violin concertos, number 3 and number 5, K216, K218, Goldberg, and I've listened to it both sides. It's in good condition. I would rate it at VG plus, only because, you know, it looks pristine on both sides, and it's slightly edgy in places. As a mono record goes, it's not the best sound. It's not like a Decca LXT at its best, and it's not like a Columbia 33CX or an ALP. It's not as good as that. The sound quality is not as good as that. You know what I mean? It's a bit dull sounding, a bit sort of lacking in dynamic range. It sounds rather restricted, and it doesn't shine. I could play you LXTs, I could play you ALPs and 33Xs, and I will do. I'm going to upload them, and you'll see what I mean. There are mono LXTs that are absolutely mind-blowing in their sound quality, even though they're mono. They really shine. But the recording of this, if any of you've heard it, you'll know what I mean. It's not a patch on those, but still, I'm glad to have that record. Okay, we've got another one from the three for a pound. Haydn, Il Mondo della Luna. It looks to me like possibly a one-act opera. I don't know that work. I listened to one side. Haydn, when it comes to opera, was certainly no Mozart, and that did not hold my interest. So, but still, it's quite unusual. I'm glad to have it. And finally, the record that pleased me more than any of them, from the £3, or, you know, I mean, that day at all, I had a great day for buying records. This is the sort of thing I'm interested in, not the woman. Well, the woman as a singer, but this is a beautifully presented record, a really good, nice, thick Supraphon pressing. I've listened to one side of it. This is a Mozart concert arias. The reason that I like this is because, as you know, I collect violinists, those that are not well known, and I also collect sopranos, particularly those doing recitals on Mozart, maybe Schubert, and maybe Verdi, and some of the other great opera, but particularly Mozart. And, you know, I like the way she's standing there with her hand on the piano, and she is apparently a star of the Czech opera. This is from about 1970, I think. So, what's her name? Jana Janosova. So, you know, there are many great singers which you won't have heard of if you like opera. I've never heard of her. I listened to one side so far and I'm really impressed. But I just love the way this record's produced and everything. It's an absolutely superb, and it's in great condition as well. It had a few hairlines when I looked at it in the shop, and I thought, oh damn it, but I played it and it's absolutely no problem at all. So yeah, that's my sort of record of the day from that day of record buying. So from that particular day, I bought those from Oxfam. I also scored big in another charity shop. I'm going to make another video on that because I don't like to do a video that's more than about 13-14 minutes long. So that's enough for now, and I'll be back soon with my next video on what I picked up in another charity shop. Amazingly, I had a fabulous day. I bought about 30 odd records from charity shops, and I wasn't even in the city that day to visit charity shops. I was meeting somebody, and I just happened to go into these charity shops, and you know, I was really amazed by as many as I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon. So bye for now.